And what the House Select Committee has done in terms of unearthing facts that I think people really didn't know or didn't appreciate at a fundamental level is astounding. The level of capital flows that are not just going to China, but are flowing straight into the Chinese Communist Party's pockets that they are then using to, one, turn more countries against the United States, two, fund genocide, and three, build probably what is on the brink to potentially become the most powerful military in the world.
But one of the things I love about the committee is that you've brought businesses into the picture. You've brought CEOs into the picture. And a lot of my work on this subject, which has had a lot of different dimensions over the years, also led me to that place where, fundamentally we win or lose as a free market, private sector, $30 trillion economy. We win or lose through our businesses and business leaders, through the decisions that are not just made in Washington, but that are made in C-suites and boards across America. Frankly, that's how we won the Second World War, converting industrial might into military power. It's how we won the Cold War, arguably, by having that technological edge that was ultimately in business sectors. You need Washington, you need Wall Street, you need Silicon Valley, you need boards and C-suites, and we need to start executing the right decision set that allows us not only to de-risk from China, to execute strategic decoupling, but to start to win in global markets, retake the battle for global trade, emerging markets, all of that, secure the supply chains. And that's how you start to change the game in the 2020s so that ultimately this is a contest we can win.
The Select Committee ringing the alarm on what's going to happen to your business if you continue to try to work with China as a good faith partner, that is a service. And I believe that that should continue to progress. We should advance that research because American business leaders, I think they're starting to understand what happens when they treat the CCP as a partner and not a competitor, and a challenger and an adversary. I'll say it because when it's life and death between an infusion of Chinese cash, they don't understand that they're making a deal with the devil.
And they are already trying to weaken our own freedom at home with malign influence, with the presence of United Front work. And that's something that the Select Committee has done incredible work at highlighting. Every single American needs to understand what United Front work is, because it's malign influence within our own borders that targets our own system of government.
The Select Committee's report on the Chinese Communist Party's role in the fentanyl crisis, groundbreaking report. Every American should at a minimum read the summary pages because it proved and it showed that the Chinese Communist Party leadership have directly fueled the opioid crisis in America. Not only does the Chinese government understand and know that they are selling the chemical precursors, they're actually responsible for it. They encourage it, they aid it, they abet it.
It is the Chinese government who is behind this. It is the Chinese government whose policy has become to sow discord in the United States and elsewhere around the world by the export of poison. This fentanyl report has put the threat from China on a whole different plane that I don't think America generally understood before. We are at war. The Chinese have declared war, and I don't think we would have understood that had it not been for the House Select Committee's work.
We have to recognize that these are real threats that we face as a nation. And this is not about going abroad looking for monsters. The monsters are coming, whether we want them to or not.